Hey y'all, it's Ebony. I'm back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how I styled this wig. These crimps, girl, they look so good. They look so good. So yeah, I'm going to be showing y'all exactly how to do it start to finish. So this is the package that I received from my backup vendor. He wanted to show his appreciation, so he sent me this wig for free because I have been sending a lot of people his way. Y'all, if y'all are not using this vendor, you've been missing out, okay? If you want, look at the knots. Look at the knots, so small. This wig was so full, y'all. I think this is Body Wave. Let me double check. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to come right back. I'm back. I had to look at our WhatsApp messages, but he was saying it was a HD lace wig made with 3 bundles. He didn't say what kind, but obviously it looked like Body Wave, so we're going to say it's Body Wave. I did bleach the knots, of course, and then I was able to wash and rinse them out. But back to what I was saying, if y'all not using this vendor, why not? Okay, I'm going to have the link down in the description box. But anywho, so this is the next day after the knots were bleached and after it was washed. So it really like held on to like its natural pattern really well. Putting this on the mannequin head, and we finna get ready to pluck it and get ready to part it. Now I ended up doing a side part. I'm just a side part girly. Like, I love me a good side part, but I'm not going to lie. I really was considering a middle part. But side part is just my signature. What are you? Are you a side part girl or a middle part girl? Like, of course, we can always switch it up, but everybody always got that one part that they just naturally gravitate to. And for me, it's the right part. I'm a right part girl all day, every day. So again, we getting that hairline nice and flat, the same way I teach in my Flawless Hairlines course. The course is only like $35, something like that. So, you know, if you struggle with getting them hairlines nice and flat, definitely look at the course. Or if you one of them people, all you got to do is see a little small clip of somebody doing something on YouTube and you can pick it up, so be it. That's how I learn, honestly. Like, I can watch somebody video. All they got to do is show me 5 seconds of what they are doing, and baby, I can fill in the blanks. I can fill in the rest. So this is what the hairline looks like before I even start plucking. As you can see, like, it already looked like it's been plucked. But of course, I think I'm going to go over it again a little bit just to get it the way that I want it to be. But in order to do that, first, you got to take that hot comb and that wax stick. You know, make sure it's pulled back so we can really see what we're plucking. And then I'm going in with the tweezers. Now with the tweezers, y'all, I'm sorry, my arm is all in the blue in the view. The tweezers are just some basic tweezers. Sometimes I get them from Amazon. Sometimes I get them from Marshalls or TJ Maxx. I don't really have a preference. As you can see, I just lightly plucked a little bit. You know, not much of a difference, but a good enough of a difference for me, okay? And then I am doing baby hairs. I don't know why I said baby hairs with an S, because it's just one baby hair. Yes, we got to pluck it. Because it's so nice, thick and full. We don't want our baby hairs to be that thick. You know, like, they could be full, but they don't got to be thick. You can see, like, I really removed a lot of that body, right? And then I'm just going to go ahead and swoop them edges right around. Get me my little one-sided baby hair. And then after the hairline is situated, we are going to move forward with crimping the hair. And as y'all can see, I'm using some mousse. That was the Nairobi mousse. Absolutely love that mousse. I was selling my own foam at one point in time, but it just, I don't know, y'all. When it comes to me, like, anything that's just, when a process is made too difficult, I don't be wanting nothing to do with it. And the manufacturer that I was getting my mousse from, they never be in stock. Like, how are you never in stock and you're a manufacturer? And then why are you always switching up stuff? You switching up the bottles they come in, you switching up the prices. It was just too much for me, y'all. So that's why I no longer offer foam, because my foam top of the line when I had it. But I'm back to using a Nairobi. And then these are the crimpers that I'm using, the bed head crimpers. Back like a couple years ago, maybe like 2018, 2019, I was really struggling with crimps. And one of my Instagram girlies, she sent me a DM and she was like, girl, this is how you do crimps. This is the crimper that you need to use. You need to make sure it's nice and uniform, because my crimps was just all over the place. They were not uniform at all. And it just helped me tremendously. I wish I remember her name, because I sure would give her a shout out. I've given her a shout out about it before, previously, a couple years ago. But the main thing with the crimps, you want to make sure you're using the right crimper. So get the same one that I'm using. I'm going to see if I can find a link for it on Amazon or something, and I'll post it in the description as well. Y'all going to have quite a few links in the description bar. And then you really want to take it section by section. So I'm grabbing about 2 rolls at a time. 2, 3 at the most. But 3 is almost kind of overdoing it. So 2 is just right. Definitely not 1. Okay. Definitely not 1. Grab your 2 to 3 rolls. Pin it up out the way. You want to make sure you always detangle the section. Just get you a comb or a brush. Make sure, all the hair is going to be in one direction. I'm using a Sebastian Shaper spray. I got that from Marshall's, probably for $12, $13, $14. Who knows? I love Marshall's for hair products. I'm taking a comb and I'm detangling it. So I sprayed some spray, and then after that, I comb it through. Then I'm grabbing me a nice little size section. Oh, and then these are adjustable. Like, you can turn a knob on the side and it gets smaller or deeper. I don't know what setting. I got mine on the middle setting. Not too deep, but not too not deep. Y'all, I cannot describe it. But anywho, so while you're crimping, you press down on it and you hold it. And then you put you start off your section where you finish your section. So where it makes the indents, you putting your crimper in the last indentation that you made. And then you keep doing that all the way down. It's really hard to explain and put it in words, but you're using that last indentation that was made in the hair. You're going to start it off there, and then you just keep moving down all the way to the ends. Basically, just watch and just pick up what I'm watching. And then after each row, each section, we're going to spray it with a little bit more spray, okay? I like the Sebastian Shaper Plus because you can spray a whole lot of it. And what do I want to say? Oh, you can spray a whole lot of it and it won't be crusty. It won't leave no residue. And your hair will still have a lot of movement. So that's why I really like the Sebastian Shaper Plus. Okay, so I had to zoom in. That way you could really see what I was trying to explain. So you see once I pull that off, you see the indentation. So we're going to start it right where we left off on that same indentation in the hair. You really got to have a lot of patience when you're crimping because you're going to hold it in space for 10 seconds before I move it down to the next section. And this is why I say you want to section it off 2 to 3 rows at a time, because you will literally be here all day long. Okay, and now I'm ready for the next row. So again, I'm hitting it with that spray. I'm combing it through. You can use a brush, whatever you want to use to detangle it. And then we're getting straight to it. Y'all, and this hair, like, this vendor, I use them as a backup vendor. So if my main vendor, like if they're out of stock for whatever reason, or they just unreachable, or if anything goes wrong, it's like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to my backup vendor and I'm gonna just order hair from them. But this hair right here, I've been wearing it for about a month now. Chef's kiss. I absolutely love it. Y'all, the crimps lasted so long. They lasted like 3 weeks. I didn't have to touch them up or anything. And they probably would have lasted longer than those 3 weeks, but I ended up brushing them out at the last minute, y'all. I had went to a Nicki Minaj concert, and I was gonna wear some kinky curly hair, but my kinky curly hair, like, it was not cooperating the way that I needed it to. The wig was like 3 years old anyways, and I really had needed a new closure to put on the wig. And I had thought I had ordered a new closure with my vendor, but I didn't. So I was trying to get it to work out, but the hairline just wasn't giving because the wig is 3 years old and it needed a closure replacement. So that's when I ended up taking this wig, and then I had to brush it out or whatever. I didn't even wash it. I just brushed it out, and then I added wine curls. I'm going to insert a little picture so y'all can see what it looked like. Because, baby, it was cute. But, yeah, the crimps really lasted a long time. A long time. But, yeah, it's basically repetitive. I'm speeding up the video because there is no music that's going to be added to this. Just a voiceover and footage. So, I did speed it up. It's repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again, all over the head. I think I would say that's about 3 inches, 3-inch sections. So, I don't know. They about 3 fingers. Is that about 3 inches? I don't know. Because I feel like somebody going to ask, like, how did you know how much hair to grab? About 3 inches. About 3 fingers worth of a length. And then we started crimping. Now, as you guys can see, I worked my way up to the top on this side. So we're finishing up this side of the wig. Now, this little section right here is a little larger. I could have made that 2 different sections, but I decided to just tie it all in one. Again, y'all, this is such a tedious process. Child, I was just trying to finish the style. Why do 2 sections when we can do one? Oh, and then y'all, okay. Tell me why I ran out of spray. So I ended up having to use this Tresemme spray at the end. Now, the reason why I had that Tresemme spray was because I started doing sew-ins, because y'all, I'm over the lace. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm over the lace. I started doing sew-ins, and then with my leave out, child, nothing was working. So I started experimenting, like getting different sample sizes of different sprays and stuff. And that Tresemme spray is the truth. It keeps my 4C, 4B leave out tamed, okay? So I decided to just use that on the hair, y'all. And I actually like using it on the hair as well. So I would highly recommend that product. I guess I'm going to try to find a link for it as well and put it in the description box. But I got it from Target. When they be having like the little sample section in Target, that's where I ended up getting it from. But yes, now that we're in the front, you can see with the crimps, I don't crimp it like right at the roots, right at the knots. I kind of like just go down a little bit and then I start the crimps. So I'm not starting the crimps directly at the roots, the knots of the hair. I kind of like go down, start it down a little bit. But again, it's the same exact process as before. Now, this is how you get all of your crimps to blend in together, because your crimps, they're going to look like they're in different sections. So you are going to add your foam all over the top. Be very generous, because you see how like the crimps are all broken up. You want it to not be broken up like that. You want it to all like blend well together. So be very generous with your foam. And then you just going to lightly break it up at the top. Do not go all the way down, but you're just going to lightly use your comb in the foam and break it up so that it all just kind of like blends in better together. And voila, that's it. It's a very simple style, you guys. It just takes a long time to do. It take about an hour, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. I let it air dry, and then this is what she looked like the next day. And then, of course, I said air dry. Like it's wet or something. I guess it was a little wet with the foam. But anywho, and of course, this is a glueless wig. So all I had to do was cut off the lace, add my makeup, and then just throw it on my head. That's it. And don't forget, if you want this vendor's info, definitely look at the description box and it will be there. See y'all next time.